Hello, friends. Long time no see. Hope everyone is well. Welcome back to the channel. I am Big Gator. We're covering the Australian Open. Yesterday we did day one. Today we're going to be doing day two. Still going to be the first round though. Okay? We had some pretty decent wins yesterday. We took set spread for Opelka, Rude, and Lehechka. We should have went with Zverev. Terrible stuff. It is what it is. You know, we're gonna get it in one way or another. So today we're coming back. Want to bite them. Want to bite them good. So let's get into it today. There's a lot of stuff to go through again, so I'm trying to be quick about it. Still cover the things I like because there's a lot of people playing and quite a few people that I like. So I'll kind of just breeze over the ones that I don't know too well, and you guys can let me know in the comments if you're playing them. But yeah, like I said, I'm Big Gator. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe. If you'd like to donate to the channel as well, there'll be a link in the description and on the channel's page or in the pinned comment. If you want to just give back for the wins you've had this year or for some of the wins you've been getting so far, I appreciate it. It's not necessary though. What else? Discord. Free Discord plays. Be up in there. Still getting over my little sickness, but we're going to get to the money today. All right, so let's see. We're on day two of round one of the Australian Open. Excuse me. So first things first, we have Arthur Rinderknech versus Francis Tiafoe. I'm a big Tiafoe fan. Rinderknech's French, 29 years old, going against Tiafoe, 26 from USA. Tiafoe's ranked 17th. Rinderknech's ranked 60th. Rinderknech has beaten him last May on clay in France. I will attribute a bit of that win to home court advantage. Currently, Rinderknech's form is at a 0. Francis Tiafoe is at a 6. On the hard courts, Rinderknech is 0-2 so far this year, but he went 16-3. Tiafoe is, I want to say, 1-1 this year, but he went 21-13. That's 5 more wins, same amount of losses. So, this could be one of those long matches. Tiafoe likes to have long matches, so it's going to be a lot of games, I feel like, in this one. Yeah. Even at Rinderknech's best, he's the top seed he made it to. Our top rank was 42. Tiafoe made it to the top 10. Tiafoe should win the match. Now we have Alex Mickelson versus Stefanos Tsitsipas. They played last September. Mickelson won in 3 sets, 4-6, 6-1, 6-2 in Tokyo. Now, this is the discrepancy here. He did win. It's kind of the same situation with Rinderknech and Tiafoe. Tiafoe's ranked better, but lost. Same with Tsitsipas. He's ranked 11. Mickelson is ranked 41. So he's 30 whole ranks below him, but he beat him in 3 sets. Tsitsipas is Greek, 26 years old. Mickelson is 20, American. Tsitsipas is 1-1 this year. Went 45-22 for the season. 13-11 on the hard courts. And then we have Mickelson, who's 3-2 this year already. 45-34 over the season, but 26-14 on the hard courts. So if we're looking at ratios, Tsitsipas has a better one, right? He has 13-11, so let's say we ratio that up, right? 26-22. Oh, my mistake, Mickelson. So if Tsitsipas is at 26-22 on the hard courts, and Mickelson was 26-14. So he's plus 142 on the books. That would be probably a lean for me today. And then again, the weather over there has been a little bit wonky. A lot of the matches were pushed back like hours last night on the first day. So depending on what court they're playing on, if it's the indoor outdoor court, they might not even play on time. Something to think about is how well people like bounce off of delays. I don't know where you can find that stat, honestly. Have to just like look at their past matches and just look through each one and see where the rain delay took place. But based on play style alone, Mickelson is someone who's good at getting back into a game. So if he does lose a bit, I can see him catching back up. So I can see this also being a bit of a long game as well. I don't know exactly what I would bet on it, but I would probably take Mickelson to win maybe a set or two, or maybe be on the set spread plus. Maybe not losing by 3, plus 2.5 on the set spread. Probably not worth much, but yeah. So we got Alejandro Tabilo and RCB, Roberto Carballes Benya. I don't really care much for that match. Alexander Muller versus Nuno Borges, the guy who beat. Nuno Borges lost to Zizou Bergs in the semis at Adelaide. And no, it was at Auckland. And Muller beat Feast back in Hong Kong recently. So based on that, he's playing well. He's at plus money. So we can look at their records real quick. Like I said, we have I think it's 28 matches today just for the men. That's why I haven't even touched the women, because I'd be here talking for an hour and a half if that was the case. And I know nobody is going to be watching that video, and I'm not even going to watch it again, because I'm going to listen once and put it on and passively. If anything I make would be that long, that I'd have to do it that way. So I try not to do that, just to give you guys a reasonable amount of time to listen to something that's informative. So yeah, we're gonna leave alone Muller and Borges. We'll leave alone Thiago Seyboth Wild and Fabian Madison, forgive me. James McCabe, Martin Landelus. Don't care for it. James Duckworth, Dominic Stricker, don't care for it. Jordan Thompson and Dominic Comfer. Let's look at that one. All right, so JT's beaten this guy 3 times already. They're both 30 years old. JT's from Australia, so he's going to have that home court advantage. He's currently in the top 30. He's going against Dominic Comfer, who's also 30 from Germany. He's in the top 125. So he's a good 100 ranks below Thompson here. As far as their stats on the hard courts, Thompson is 2-1 so far this season, past week or so, and he was 24-14 on hard courts last year. Dominic is 3-1 this year and 10-6 over last season. So he didn't play as much, but he's still got a decent win percentage. It's actually higher than Jordan Thompson's by 0.25. So it could be a close match, honestly. Based on what I've been seeing recently, like people I thought would be blowing people out are just people are there to play good tennis. So no one's going to be there getting their ass completely blown out. I've noticed so far. People who I thought would be winning 3 sets straight gave up 2, like Casper Ruud. I'm kind of like thinking about leaving him alone for the rest of this tournament after that, just because I was like, dude, I made 2 bets on the match to be under 4.5 sets and for him to also win 3-0. And neither of those hit. He won in 5 sets against somebody who he shouldn't have been waiting that long to beat. I don't know what was going on. The dude couldn't even serve, and he was just still beating him. Anyway, it was quite the epic. I watched a lot of that match, and then I turned it off because I was getting annoyed with how Casper Ruud was playing. After I went to the 5th set, I didn't care what happened. So, Kemper's on a 3-game winning streak right now. Obviously, everybody that had to qualify for the AO. So, before that, he had some decent losses. Jordan Thompson, who have you been going against? You beat Mickelson and Berrettini, and you retired from Dimitrov and Brisbane to avoid injury for this. Okay, I'm not mad at it. Your form's at like an 8. This guy's form is at a 6, and it's rising up. I don't want to think too long about it. I think it's going to be a close game, though. Jordan Thompson's at minus 310, so maybe the spreads on that might be worth the while. Plus 4.5, minus 4.5. Can he win? The thing is if he wins by a game, if he wins a set, right, and he gives up the next set, how much is he giving up in the next set? That's the only reason why I don't know about the spread either. So, you guys let me know about that. Get back to me on that one, gang. Let's see. Well, we got Yannick Sinner and Nicholas Jerry. Sinner's at minus 8,000 to win. They have played each other before. Last year, they went to 3 sets in Beijing. And Nicholas Jerry beat him in 2019 on the grass courts and somewhere in France. Jerry is Chilean, 29 years old, ranked 34. Sinner is Italian, 23, ranked number 1, as we all know. Sinner's been doing a lot of matches off the record right now, a lot of charity matches and things like that, but he ended the season 41-3. Going against Nicholas Jerry, who ended the season 8-11. So, if there is one person I can really hope to just do their job, it would be Yannick Sinner. Him winning in three straight sets is minus 320. There's no value to that, really, even for me. Like, I don't even. So the spread is at 8.5. That means he wins 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. In straight sets, if that is the case. So if you do parlay that together, those two, that gets you plus 102. Center winning 3-0 and winning 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Or something like that. Not necessarily that, but let me see. See if I can put it together. Okay. A crazy four leg I just put together. But Yannick Sinner minus 8.5. 3-0 set betting. First set 6-3, second set 6-3 Sinner. It's plus 2,500 odds. That'd be a fun little thing to like root for while watching, but you know, haven't seen the guy play in all too long, so maybe just best to get him on a set spread. Make sure he just wins like two. I know it's the number one in the world, but he's also going through that bullshit right now, where they think he might get banned for 2 years. So, you know, he might be dealing with some things mentally and might be a little bit out of his game. That is something to think about. So, I don't know if it's actually the wisest thing to immediately touch Yannick Sinner. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't know if it's immediately smart to do that. This match comes on at 10 p.m., so probably coming on at midnight once things get pushed back the way they're supposed to. Yeah. He's going through a lot of weird stuff right now with that whole doping case, so he will be faced to deal with. He'll go through a Kobe situation. When Kobe went through that little case he went through back when I was younger. A little sexual misconduct case with some woman. His entire game was relying upon his future was dependent upon his behavior, and he behaved on the court like somebody that was innocent and who was just trying to play basketball. He played his ass off. He beat the case on the court, basically. If Yannick Sinner can like tighten up mentally and like not worry about whatever the cloud over his head is, then yeah, it should be without a question covering that spread. But I'm bringing it up to you all so you have something to think about, though, because it shouldn't be like, oh yeah, Yannick Sinner will take him for the money. There's things that could be affecting it, like him being banned for 2 years could definitely have some effect on his performance. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying that it could, and I don't know how. There's no data to support that. I'm just saying that I'm looking at news headlines, and it doesn't seem like he's having a good 2 years coming up if things go the way they're supposed to. So if I was in that situation, I'd either lock in or I would lock out. So we'll see what he does. Let's see who's next. Thanasi Kakanis versus Roman Soflin. I like that. I like that dude. I was watching him play. Not Roman, but the other guy. Thanasi? Is that how you say it? Well, he's beaten Roman once. Okay, so Thanasi is Australian, 28 years old, ranked 77, going against Roman, who is Russian, 27, ranked 62. Played each other once before, in the second round in the Kasi Challenger. Went to 3 sets, 7-6, 3-6, 6-2. Thanasi. Their forms. Currently, Thanasi's at a 10 after losing to Korda. And then Soflin is at an 8 after losing to Gennard. So we're going to look at how they've been doing on the hard courts. They're 2-1 so far this year. Well, Thanasi is. Roman is 0-2. Pretty similar records on the hard courts. Thanasi was 19-12. Roman was 18-14. The only real difference is the win percentage. Roman's got a 65 win percentage across his career, and he's 70% on the hard court. Thanasi's 63. So Roman could have an edge here. I would probably look at Roman on the spread, maybe not losing by so much, being as though in their last head-to-head. Let's see. Roman had 8-14, and he had 16. So he covered the spread by 2. And that's what the line is at. So I like Roman Soflin probably at plus 3.5, plus 4.5. Yes. That's not a bad little thing there. Plus 4.5. Probably have to parlay piece that as minus 220. So what else we got? Lucas Klein and Sebastian Korda. Seb Korda, bro. I like how he's been playing. I do. All right, Lucas Klein. Slovakian, 26 years old, 3-1 on the hard court so far this year, 16-10 last year. Sebastian Korda, injured, came back and went 3-1 this year, but was 18-9 last year. He's in the top 22. Made it to the top 15 up until his injury. So, and that was back in, September or August. He made it to the top 15. So, he's going to be climbing back up to that position. I like him winning today. He better win. I gotta look into Lucas Klein and see how he plays. But as far as form goes, Korda has gotten this guy pretty much beaten. Without a doubt in my mind. Alright, Sebastian Bays, Arthur Cazal. Nope. You guys let me know if you got anything for that one. But I want to check on my boy Jack Draper going against Mariano Navone. Our boy from the UK in the position that Sebastian Korda was in. Needed to be that. Jack Draper in the top 15 with a 67 win percentage. 23 years old from the UK. Gotta love this guy. I think Jack's a lefty, right? Yes. Jack is a lefty. Now, they played each other once before. The first round of Wimbledon. No. That's in London, right? Wimbledon's in London? Why they only played 2 sets? He beat him in straight sets, but I thought that was I don't know. This is the first round, so it's not like it was qualifying. Regardless, he beat him in straight sets, 6-3, 6-2. That was last June. Navone's form is at a minus 12. Jack Draper is at a plus 10. Let's see what him winning in straight sets would be. Minus 160. Navone is a top 45 player. He's ranked 46 at the least. He's on a stinker right now, man. Like, he's not doing hot. And I don't see him beating Jack Draper. If he lost to Nuno Borges, Nicholas Jerry, Alex DeMinar, I mean, like, he's only beaten 2 people in the past 3 months, 4 months. I don't see Jack Draper being added to that list. Because he has been getting sets in the last 2 games in Auckland, maybe it might be best to take a spread for Jack Draper instead of taking exactly how he wins. Maybe like 1.5 on the set spread, like giving up at least a set. Yeah. Yeah. So, Jack Draper, easy. Set spread somewhere. Let's see what the game spread's at. It's at 8.5. I actually don't mind that. He's been keeping it a bit close though. Yuri Lehechka. If he had an extra set with Yuri Lehechka, what would he have done? Hard to say. The spread was at 2, 4. It was at 6. I don't think Navone is as good as Yuri Lehechka, but that was also months ago. We haven't seen Jack Draper play in a while. So, I think the safest thing will be taking him on a set spread, just because we just don't know, right? We haven't seen him in a minute. See, you could get him to win the first set and win the match. That's at minus 430, which is a bit better than taking his money line, right? Which is at like what, minus 1700. That might be a little bit better for you. But yeah, we love Jack Draper today. Get a better look at it. We'll put in the pinned comments what we end up for sure playing for him, though. But we're definitely going to be playing Jack Draper tonight. 10 o'clock match. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll be getting that in. Not a lot left I like. I mean, I knew that Jaime Faria. I told you guys that kid was going to end up winning. Oh wait, he didn't play Kotov yet. Okay, Kotov. They play tonight. I think he's gonna end up beating that guy. I think he might end up beating Kotov. Pavel Kotov. Fabio Fognini against Grigor Dimitrov. I don't got time for Grigor, man. Like, the age, the miles on this guy is just like, he's like and I say this with the utmost respect, he's like a really, really, really nice Land Rover or like a Range Rover. Like, those things are like sick to drive. Nice rides, but when the transmission goes out on the highway, you're looking at the ride like, damn, bro, you are nice, but how the hell did this happen? And when will this happen again? When you see him like pulling himself out of finals just to get ready for other ones or preventing injuries for him, you just don't want to touch a guy like that. I wouldn't, and I like watching him play, but when you're watching him, you're like, is he about to stop playing because he's hurt? You literally are sitting there waiting for it to happen sometimes, because it's like, all right, well, like, it's been a while since you've backed out of a match, or is it going to be this one? So if that's how I got to feel to bet on someone, I'm not going to touch him. Not going to touch him. But I'll tell you who we will be looking at. Big Tommy Paul. What a shame, man. Hurt my feelings. He lost to Felix again. That hurt my heart, bro. Felix done beat his ass twice now. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. In 3 sets, too. Mm, mm, mm. That saddened the hell out of me, man. I know he had to feel that, too. Had to have felt that. I should have bet on his aces. Regardless, we carry on. So we got him versus Chris O'Connell. O'Connell lost to Kecmanovic in Adelaide in the second round. So he didn't even make it to the semis, obviously, because that's where Tommy Paul made it. So, looking at form, Chris O'Connell's at a 4, Tommy Paul's at a 10. That's +6. They played each other 3 times before. Tommy Paul has gotten the record on O'Connell that Felix has on Paul. So he's up 2-1. Tommy Paul's ranked 12. Chris O'Connell's ranked 64. Slight edge that Chris O'Connell will have. He's 30 years old and he's from Australia. So he will have that home court advantage for sure. He made it to the top 50 at some point, like 2 years ago. He's got a 61 win percentage. He was 23-16 last season, 1-2 so far this year. Tommy Paul was 17-11 on hard courts last year, and 2-1 currently so far. He went to Stockholm. He won in Stockholm in October, and then has kind of been like whatever since then. Tommy Paul. O'Connell's kind of just been whatever everywhere. So Tommy Paul is at a what? How often is okay? First set is always being won by somebody else when it's Chris McConnell, and as of recently, Tommy Paul can get us a first set. He can win that first set for us and the game, I believe. I actually don't believe it's going to happen. He's going to win the first set and then win the match. That's at minus 210, 215. Yeah, he's getting everything back today. He's coming back for his shit. After that, after Adelaide, Tommy Paul winning today. Put it in the books. It's going down. Get your popcorn out. Tommy Paul wins the first set and wins the match. Same with Jack Draper. Now, to wrap it up, we got a few more left. Kind of. We have 2, 4, 6 left. We're not going to do 2 of them. Ben Bozzi and David Goffin. Let me know what y'all do with that one. It's just too many games to keep up. I can't, like, the ones that I want to watch and the ones that are happening in the time period that I'm keeping up with them, you already know. Jean-Leonard Struff versus Felix Auger-Aliassime. Do they have a history? I mean, yeah, they do 2-2, and Struff won the last game. This dude has been on a revenge tour. I don't know if that's a stat that you guys are gonna like take seriously from me, but like he's been beating the people that have been beating him recently, and he's been playing well. Felix has been locked in. He's in the top 30, going against someone who's ranked in the top 42. German, 34 years old, going against the Canadian, 24 years old. The 10-year difference and the physicality could be actually pretty balanced because Felix was hurt, but he don't look hurt now. He felt directly on his back last game, and he kept playing pretty well. So I think he's healthy as fuck now, which is why he's beating these people that he's beating them in, who he's beating. So I like him winning today as well. He's only at minus 225, so I see what the spread is looking like for him. How badly did you beat? Damn, you beat the shit out of Korda. You cover the spread on Sebastian Korda like that. That is insane. Huh? 1 and then 2. Okay, so it was. You won, okay, +1, -3. So that's -2. And then +2. So it's 0. Okay, so you didn't. And this guy will be. This guy isn't nowhere. Oh my god. What's this guy served like? Let's see their last matches. Because now I'm just like. Okay, Struff had 3 break points in the 2 sets and had 6 aces. Felix only had 3 aces and 1 break point. That's not going to be the case today. I'm telling you that right now. Those stats going to be flipped. Speaking of flipped, Struff used to be 2 years ago at the 21, ranked 21 in the world. Now he's 42, so he's doubled his rank up in a decline. 57% win percentage on all courts, 48% on hard courts. He went 4-8 last season. 1-1 so far. Felix went 6-10 last season, which does not fucking matter because that's last season. This season, he is 5-1. So stop fucking playing with Big Felix. I'm gonna just name you the people he's beaten in a row. Since he lost to Borna Koric, he beat Taylor Fritz, Marcus Giron, Tommy Paul, and Sebastian Korda. Bro, this dude is on fire right now. He is getting it. Felix, yes. Are we taking the spread, though? Let me know. Should we take the spread today? Do we think he locks in and just shuts this guy up? Because he's been beating people that are 15 ranks above him. This guy is 15 ranks below him. And he's beaten him before. Does he come back and get what's his? I think so. I think he dials it up for his first match. His first match in the AL. All right. We're almost there, friends. What time are we at right now? 38. Oh, my God. Forgive me. It's going to be a long one. Told you guys. All right. Djokovic, Basilashvili. I mean, I love Basilashvili, but he's at plus 1660 to win. He's not going to beat Djokovic. Djokovic is not going to lose to a 19-year-old boy multiple times in his career, I don't think. But he is becoming that old guy that you kind of like get your accolade off on, so. And he's still top 7. Pardon me. Yes. The forms are very similar. Djokovic is at a plus 20. Bassaretti is at a plus 16. I mean, the boy's good. I think if we want to be supportive, looking at the numbers, he got us okay. He got us set on Gael Monfils. Gael Monfils ended up not letting that happen the second time around, but the first time around he got a set off of him. So Djokovic, Monfils, nowhere near each other as good in skill level, but I think the surprises could still come from Bassaretti. I think he could surprise him in some ways. Not a lot. I'm not saying he going. Let me see what is he him to get a set. Him to get a set is plus 132. I'd sprinkle something on that. Just a set. We don't need him to win the fucking match. If he ends up winning 2 sets, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? But yeah, obviously Djokovic will probably win. So I set spread to be safe. 2.5, 1.5. I would say 1.5, just because if Bassaretti gets a set, which he's probably not. He's very much probably not, but he could. He could. It's not impossible for him to get a set off Djokovic. When Riley Opelka beat him in 2 sets, right? Like, it's not out of the norm. Alexei Popyrin beat him in the U.S. Open. Carlos Alcaraz beat him. Casper Ruud, I guess, walked over him. So, yeah. Set spread. Alcaraz and who is this guy? Alcaraz has been a little shaky, or is it just me? He's been giving up sets to people he shouldn't be giving up sets to, but he beat this guy 6-2, 6-1 last March. This guy's form is at a -8. Alcaraz is at a 16. He lost to Hugh and he lost to PCB, Pablo Carreño Busta. Mr. Shevchenko. Alcaraz beat Greek Spore, okay. Couldn't beat Zverev and couldn't beat Casper Ruud. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was some weird shit. He was just out of rhythm. He wasn't looking good. He's going to be ready. He's going to be ready. There's like no money in betting on him today. Honestly, unless you have him just like, literally like, what's his spread at? They have his spread at 10. They think he's gonna win what, 6-2, 6-2, 6-2? I don't know, man. He good, but this dude ain't that bad to get his ass whooped like that. Even though Carreño Busta did do that to him. So if Carreño Busta can do it to him, and Hubert Hurkacz can do it to him, Alcaraz can definitely do it to him. Yeah, he can definitely do it to him. I take back what I said. The spread could be in play. What old spreads they got for him, bro? Because 9.5 is just insane. 11.5, okay. 10.5, 7.5 is at -370. They have him at 13. You can get him at 13.5 spread. It's crazy, bro. That means the dude's only winning like 4 games in 3 sets. He's not gonna beat the man that damn bad. I hope. I'll be mad if I don't. If he does and I don't bet on it. But 8.5 is -200. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Is there? They played each other once before. I kind of want to see what that looked like. And then last but not least, If you end up taking him at 3 sets, let me know. I'm thinking about doing it. I don't feel like certain about it, so I might just go for the spread and alt it at somewhere where I think it's going to be pretty decent. It'll be in the pinned comments though. And last but not least, our super controversial star of Australia right now, Nick Kyrgios, against Jacob Fernley. Jacob is from the UK, 23 years old, ranked 86. Nick Kyrgios is ranked 470. 29 years old, from Australia. Recently played doubles with Djokovic. So there's that. He's ranked 470, but was the top 13th player in the world in 2017. So about 8 years ago. Fernley is 23, ranked 86. As I said, he was 3-1 so far this year. He was 10-2 last year, and 26-5 on indoor courts. Jesus, he must have been the fucking challenger demon. Yeah, he was out there getting it in them challengers. I remember seeing the name now. Yeah, this cat's good. This cat's good. And Nick Kyrgios, he didn't play at all for 2 years. Jesus. He didn't play at all in 2024. As we all know, probably. Or 2023. But in 2022, he went 24-8. He had one match this year against Gio Pechi Pericard, and it went to 3 tiebreakers. Gio Pericard is one of those people right now that's like, if you just don't have your shit together, he's going to beat the shit out of you. And he's somebody that I kind of expected to like kind of give him a run for his money. Kyrgios kept up to the point where it was 3 tie breaks. I like his odds of winning this match in Australia today. I like how he looked in the Giovanni Pericard match. He looked really good, swaggy as ever, cool little moves he does. Yeah. I like Nick Kyrgios, believe it or not. So, out of, what do we have? Got Tiafo. Sprinkle a little bit on Tiafo to win today. So yeah, it's gonna be. I gotta do some fine tuning and see what I like the most, but I've been going on too long already. We're already at 50 minutes. I didn't think it'd be this long, but I gotta upload this for you guys. It's a lot to go through today. I'll put in the pinned comments what I'm playing for today. It's just a fuck ton. Imagine if I did WTA after this, the women's. Like, what? This is no joke, man. But I gotta look through it all, or look through the best of the best stuff that I like for you guys. So, glad you guys were here rocking with me for a little bit. I know it was a long video. If you're here for the whole thing, I appreciate you. But you can also just check the pinned comment as well. If you don't care to get the explanation and just want the pick, it'll be there. All right, friends. Sorry, it was such a long video. Once again, my name is Big Gator. we're going to tackle day 2 of the Australian Open. All right, let's get these greens. See ya.